I couldn't sleep that night. I stared at the ceiling, trying to convince myself I misheard it. Maybe she was venting. Maybe she didn't mean it like that. But deep down, I knew. That voice note was not a mistake. It was a revelation. She didn't see love. She saw control. She didn't see friendship. She saw competition. For the next few days, I withdrew. I became quieter, observing. And that was when I started noticing more things. She had been wearing my clothes without asking, using my skincare and refilling it with water. There were things missing from my room, from money to my favorite earrings, and even gifted perfumes I kept sealed. One day, I saw what I shouldn't have seen. My name is Mirabel. I met Ada when I was just 16. She wasn't really family, just my mom's friend's daughter. Her parents couldn't afford much, so she moved in with us to go to school in the city. At first, it was fun. We wore each other's clothes. She made me laugh, the kind of laugh that shakes your stomach. We even told people we were cousins, sometimes even sisters. She was smart and bold, the kind of girl who always had the perfect comeback, and I really loved that about her. When I got into university, she helped me pack. When I had my first heartbreak, she listened to me cry for hours. She was there, always there. So when she didn't get admission the same year, I didn't mind that she stayed longer in our house. She started doing small hair jobs from home, fixing braids, styling edges, revamping wigs, and doing all manner of jobs just to keep herself busy. One time, I even used my pocket money to buy her a ring light and a few hair tools. It felt good to support her. It felt right. I trusted her like I trusted myself. But somewhere along the line, things began to shift. She started staying out late, not telling anyone where she went. She became more secretive, kept her phone face down. She would smile at me, but it didn't really reach her eyes. One day, I was doing some cleaning in the house and found a small handwritten journal in her box. I shouldn't have read it, but curiosity had already held me hostage. Page after page she had written about me, about my flaws, how fake I was, how she only stayed because it was convenient, how she couldn't wait to blow so she could live my life completely. I dropped the book. My hands were shaking. Everything I thought was real wasn't. All the laughter, the bonding, the memories. She had already left long ago, only her body remained in the house. I did confront her immediately. Instead, I packed all her things, folded her clothes, zipped her box, placed everything by the door. When she came back that night, she met the most quiet shoot of my life. No shouting, no tears, no nothing. I looked her into the eyes and said, "You don't have to pretend anymore. You can leave now." She froze. Her face did that thing people do, when they are caught, but still trying to look innocent. "Mirabel, what's this about?" she asked. I didn't answer. I just walked back to my room and locked the door. She left the next morning. The house felt empty after she left. At first, I enjoyed the silence, but after a while, I realized something strange. I missed her. Not because she deserved to be missed, but because she had become a part of my everyday. We had lived together for years, laughed together, shared meals, shared secrets, almost everything. I started to understand what people meant when they talked about attachment. That feeling of holding on to someone even after you've let them go, wishing that they had been real, wishing they had loved you the way you loved them. I used to hear people talk about emotional attachment like it was just a word, but now I knew what it felt like. And that's the hardest part, grieving someone who was still alive but no longer safe to hold close. Years passed and life moved on. One day, I was at a wedding of a mutual friend, and I saw her. I saw Ada again. She looked good, very confident, different, but still familiar. We hugged, smiled, talked about work, life, and how fast time flies. But that closeness wasn't there, it didn't return. And we didn't try to force it either. We reconnected, but only peripherally, not deep, not emotionally. Some things once broken don't go back to what they used to be, and that's totally okay. Some betrayals aren't loud. They come in the form of people who clap for you in public, but roll their eyes in private. People who use your softness as a stepping stone. I didn't become bitter after that, but I became wiser. I learned that kindness without boundaries is self-destruction. That love without discernment is dangerous. And that not every person who comes close deserves access to your heart.